Wailing cries of homeless psychotics, Manhattan's festering hole disgorging its undigestible human waste onto the streets of my endless night. Gladys, the sickest of the neighborhood junkies, should be along any minute now. She will drag her swollen foot behind her like a wounded mule. She will sit in front of the temperance fountain and she will cry hot tears, festering tears that steam in the cold, wonderful sobs of deep anguish, and her blubbering and saprogenic breath will gladden me, for she will be weak enough for me to kill. I wish I was quicker. The rats that scurry through the park make wonderful meals. Oily fur, small bones that are easy to break, juicy with sweet blood, but they are very fast, too fast for me to catch. I wonder what it must be like to be able to eat food, any food, to simply have a bread, a slice of meat, a piece of fruit, and be satiated. It's so easy for humankind. If any of them stood in my feet for one instant, they would value their lives in a way they could scarcely imagine. I pity them that I will take whatever remnants of living they have left so that I can go on. Most of the time, though, I'm hungry, murderously so. It is no easy thing to kill. Earlier, as I walked by the St. Mark's Church, I eyed the homeless, their blood making noise in my ears as they huddle around garbage cans of fire. Newspapers and rubbish combust and burst in the cans, sending tiny embers aloft, trailing orange spangles of spark that drift up into the night sky. Past the cross at the top of the cathedral, I never understood their need for religion. Maybe it is their beating hearts that drive them to make up fables of invisible, all-powerful creators who watch over them so they feel less alone. I remember one night in the early 19th century when I paid a visit to Padre Varela, the champion of the immigrants, laying on his deathbed stricken with cholera, his Haitian cheekbones poking through his shallow skin, his breathing hampered by wringing wet, mucus-clogged lungs. I've been waiting weeks for him to be feeble enough for me to take him. Who comes? Said Padre Varela. Only one who seeks to solace, I said. Please, water. I refilled his cup from the basin on the dresser. It goes easier if they are calm. He drank deeply from the cup. Bless you, my child. Are you eased? I said. As best can be expected. I feel the time is short. I will be in his glory very soon. Yes, very soon, I said. You have come for me. There is no need to hide it. Your arrival is a relief. How do you know me? The Lord is mysterious, but his angels walk among us. I have been seeing your brethren all my life. I was born with the gift of second sight. I am no angel. I am the only one of my kind. No, my child, there are many like you. I have seen so many. You were born to suffer, to take on the penance of man so he could be free. The sacrifice of Christ was but a down payment to assuage God for the sins of man. The Lord's mercy comes at a very high price, as I'm sure you know. Padre Varela was raving. He saw me as some sort of angel. In my eternal migration across the spiritless landscape, I have never come across another such as I. This country that considers itself so young is really very, very old, odious and ancient as the blood that soaks its roots. I will take you now, and I will show you. Yes, child, grant me all your heavenly mercy. I slid my diamond scalpel along the jugular vein in his neck with a precise flick of the wrist. Padre Varela recoiled. He tried to cry out, but was too weak to put up any meaningful resistance. I placed my hand over his mouth and started to drink as the symbiotic vision began. I shared in the priest's final conscious moments. This happens with most of my victims. It makes the taking of their lives all the more precious. As I greedily swallowed the priest's blood, I saw the great maw of the void open. The final vision that waits the living, the confirmation of all that mankind fears the most. Beyond here lies nothing. No omnium est tenebris a minimum and vacum resplendum. I recognized the Latin vernacular as the dying priest's lips formed the words against the palm of my hand covering his mouth. I pulled away from Padre Varela's trickling neck. Yes, Father, all is darkness, all is truly void. Padre Varela exhaled his last breath with a sputtering whoosh. I tongued the last few drops of his precious blood. I have heard similar words before through many nights and many centuries. Now I am here, and I am excited, for here comes Gladys, dragging her swollen foot. This will be her last night. I watch her collapse to her knees in front of the temperance fountain, her hair matted with filth. Tears streak her grimy cheeks crusted with sores. I stand over her as devoid of life as the bronze statue atop the fountain. I feel the smooth handle of the diamond scalpel on the sleeve of my jacket. Oh, Misty, you gotta help me. I'm real sick. I gotta get out of this cold. Could you take me somewhere, anywhere? I don't think I can walk on my own. I stared down at the stricken Gladys and said, yes, I will take you and I will show you. Thank you. Happy Halloween.